He says, he that has friend must show himself friendly. There is no relationship without the attitude, the behavioral attitude of friendship.
Hello, viewers all over the world. Welcome you all once again to this wonderful podcast, The Unbottled Wine. We appreciate the reviews. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate for those that we've not been able to answer so many of the questions. I'm very sure that within a short period of time, those questions will be attended to. One or two busy schedules. I should remain my humble self, Obianke Damlola, and Daddy is here with me. Yes, Daddy.
Dr. Grace Iziuwa, you're welcome to today's edition of the Unbottled Wine. God bless you.
Amen. The Unbottled Wine, the second episode of the Unbottled Wine. We were discussing so many things in the last episode, which even myself, I needed to quickly adjust some things in my home, make everywhere for feed day, make it balance a little. You understand, and as we speak to you guys, we are also making some amendments and working on some things in our homes, so that we can have something reasonable, to talk about our relationships and all. But I'm sure you guys know that I'm married though, so I'm taking already. That's what it be. All right, this episode will be talking about, we'll try to answer some of the questions directly or indirectly that we'll be receiving, and we would talk more on the part of friendship. Yeah, because off the camera, after the last session, we discussed some things again. We talked about some things again as regards this friendship of a thing. We kind of dissected the scriptures to some extent to understanding what friendship really means. We appreciate Papa for the light he has shared with the little episode we did the last time. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much.
In Jesus' name, and God bless the audience. Moving forward, friendship. In this episode, we are going to be talking about what friends do for each other and what friends do to each other. We are trying to establish something, making us to understand the importance of friendship. Am I right, sir?
Yeah.
The importance of friendship in a relationship. This cannot but be talked about. Now, we need to understand that part. Daddy, the importance of friendship. How best can you qualify and quantify friendship? How do we understand what friendship actually means in building up a relationship? What do they do to each other? What do they do for each other? How can we explain friendship?
Like that scripture where we rounded off the
last
episode. That scripture you quoted, Proverbs 24, 18 verse 24.
Yeah.
It says, he that has friend must show himself friendly. There is no relationship without the attitude, the behavioral attitude of friendship.
Okay.
Except you are asking for enemy.
Obviously.
Because what is the totality of relationship when there is no spirit of friendship? There must be friendship. That is the hallmark of the relationship. So, he that has a friend must endeavor to be friendly.
I think
if you have me as a friend, and I am the one trying to ensure that I demonstrate love, trust, and constant positive attitude towards you, and and you are not giving me back the energy I'm giving to you,
then something is wrong.
Relationship cannot be one-way-sided. Therefore, if you have been able to build the foundation of your relationship
Okay.
on friendship,
Okay.
at least you are good to go. Because in relationship that takes people or two, husband and wife, or the male and the female,
Okay.
to marriage, why we are stressing or looking at this friendship is because the challenges ahead, it will build two of you. It would have been, friendship would have infused two of you into one another.
Okay.
That you are a good representation of the male as the female.
Okay.
And the male is a good representation of you.
Obviously.
Because a lot of the times you discover that people always want to spoil relationship by lying to the male, telling the male what you are not, and then telling the female what you are not. So it now comes to bear the friendship you have built over time.
Okay.
Which has actually convinced the male and has convinced the female also.
Okay.
So without even seeing you, or without hearing from you, first of all, defend you and say, I trust my husband, or I trust my guy. He cannot do that thing.
And that's real friendship.
And that's real friendship. And sometimes I've even seen a situation whereby somebody tries to lie over a discussion that two of them had already had. So while one is trying to carry out the plan, he fed the plan they had discussed, and the other person, and somebody comes to lie. So we just say, okay, my wife told me already, I'm aware.
Just to protect the situation.
And then at the end of the day, you discover that the relationship is better and more interesting because he that has a friend must show himself friendly.
The B part.
And there is a
friend that sticketh closer than a brother. You know, sir, so many a times we see people trying to, which I also, as a young minister, I am also of that school of thought to a reasonable extent. There is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. So, directly or indirectly, we just say Jesus. We understand, that Jesus is the universal friend. He's also the father, he's the mother, he's the everything. But in the line of this teaching, keys to a fulfilled relationship, some of the questions we later started deliberating on. We kind of now found out that there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. So we looked at it, and I looked at it in the sense, I have a brother, I have a sister, or I have brothers, I have sisters. Which most of the time they are the persons I relate with or relate to before I got married. But after getting married, I just deleted them from some of the information I used to give them. And I automatically relayed the information
with your spouse.
With my spouse. So I later got the insight. Oh, there is a friend that's still a brother. Oh, fine, my brother is very, very important. There's nothing I can do with my family also. But the spouse I got married to now, I started
coming to your system,
automatically.
I
started giving her the first-hand information. She gives me the first-hand information, and it made it easy for me because I'm free.
That's it.
I married my friend.
That's it.
I'm free to discuss whatever I want to discuss without any fear. So I think it makes me, I'm being personal now, to understand the parts of friendship.
Definitely.
So someone asked the question, sir. The person was like, youths, there is this say that we go by, we are like, when we are doing this relationship thing, they will be saying, as you did so, my friends do me and you deal. We not feel marry you, don't be my friend. Me to be your friend. So such situation now, does it follow with what we are saying? Those kind of talks, be my friend, I be your friend, though. You not go fit pass friend, though, just there like that. I not feel marry you. Now just friend we just they do. How do we relate that?
That aspect had some element of pride. Superiority complex. Because personally, I experienced it those days as a young pastor. When I tried to propose to this young lady,
Before our mom.
Yes, before I got married to
You not tell us this one before.
All right. I proposed to her, and it took her 15 months.
15 months.
To tell me yes. It took her 15 months.
1 year.
And 3 months.
And 3 months.
Yes.
Now wow.
And then then she was already in Lagos.
Okay.
This was when I was in Akure.
Okay.
As a young pastor. And then as a senior pastor, the general overseer of the ministry then asked me to come to Lagos on errand. And then I rushed there. And as I saw her, I just said, okay, I thought I would stay like a week or two.
Okay.
Then for an urgent matter, I was asked to go back to Akure. So I just called her. I said, okay, fine. Thank God it was an evening service, so we met in church. I just told her, okay, fine. Bishop said I should go back to Akure to come back because there was an assignment I needed to do for him. So then I will stay longer. So we now just spoke. I said, I got your message. I said, thank you very much. I was excited because of the love I had in my heart. And forever, since I was born, that was the first time I was telling a female
something of such.
Something of such, you know. So so I was going back with excitement.
Yeah.
That thank God, at least the dream has come true. Lo and behold, 2 weeks later, when I got back to Lagos, she told me she doesn't have that excitement within. That she doesn't see me enough for her as a husband. I said, okay, what are you saying? I practically was like begging her because I didn't want to. No. It was more like I'm feeling
in that aspect.
So it later I realized, she told me exactly what you just asked me now, that, well, I'm not good. I think we better be friends. I said, okay. So I tried to observe, and I spoke with my friend who was a senior person, very senior to me. So that one was able to understand her, maybe through gist and all, and said she actually wants to marry somebody who is much senior to her. And then I had a baby face, which I still have now. So when my friend asked me, and I told my friend, I said, look, by reason of information that I have, myself and her elder sister are age mates. Okay. So I know that very well I'm senior to her. Though the age gap may not be too much. But then I know very well I was senior to her. I'm senior to her. But then, you know, some people feel, it was much later I understood that she was actually eyeing a doctor.
The complex aspects.
Yes.
The complex aspects.
So at the end of the day, you see that people who say that, they have complex problems.
I think I understand perfectly.
And then 2, they may also want to have opportunity to watch you at a distance, not at a close range, and they want to watch you at a distance, and then possibly to be able to own up later. So we give them the benefit of the doubt. But in the aspect of a friend that sticks closer, even Jesus, there was a time he was teaching. Okay. Then he was told, your mother and your brothers, they are here. And Jesus said, I don't have a mother, I don't have brothers, I don't have father. Those I'm teaching and who accept the word and do what I teach, they are my brothers and they are my sisters. And at the end of the day, that brought me to the understanding that even Jesus saw that it is not by physical relationship. There's an age a man gets to. Even the Bible says in Genesis chapter 2, it said a man shall leave his father and leave his mother and cleave to his wife. And the two of them will become one flesh. And therefore, there is a friend, somebody over time that you have built with, you have built together. And therefore, this person has become part of your life.
Definitely.
There's nothing he or she doesn't know.
Okay.
And therefore, the person is happier to live with you. And this is one thing we must watch from beginning anyway.
Okay. Yeah, from the
start.
Yeah.
Because is the person happy to be with you? Because a friend must be fun to be with,
Okay.
must have fondly thoughts, and must have some relevance, particularly, networking with you spiritually and physically.
Okay.
And therefore, at the end of the day, if this person happens to now be, by the grace of God, your spouse, the much better for you. And that is the reason you see that when some people are married,
Yeah.
after some time, the man will say, oh, I made a mistake. I should have married Angelina because we're good friends. I watched one video recently.
Yes, that's very, very true.
Because this young man and the lady, they were schoolmates and they were very good friends. They were there for each other. But because they were friends, the young man was afraid to propose to this young lady and now ask the young lady to advance her friend for him in relationship. At the end of the day, the whole thing hit the rock. Do you know that in a blind date, the two of them got to meet each other? And then the guy was now saying, so you mean you had feeling for me? He said, actually, he said, but we were friends. He said, why didn't you say it?
I think this is a serious exposition. The next thing that caught my attention now is this, which I have to say. If I have 10 friends,
okay,
actually we need to define who a friend is, which you already did.
Yes.
But if I have, say, it's even impossible to have 10 friends. Let's say I have 3 intimate persons.
Okay.
Who I can call my friends. Should I marry the 3 of them?
No.
So how do I place it? I'm saying that, oh, these persons are my friend, we connect in one way or the other. They're always there for me. They meet my needs, They do things for me that even my family members cannot do.
Yes.
Will I just marry the 3? How do I know what God has for me?
That is where the technicality of relationship comes in.
Okay.
That's where the godliness comes in.
That's where the godliness comes in. Good.
Because by the ability of the godliness that the individual possesses,
okay,
then you are able to discern. Because the Spirit of God in you will always lead you.
Perfect. I think we can hear that clearly. You cannot but accept the Spirit of God, which will help in discernment.
Yes.
Okay? But one fundamental thing we are trying to make us understand is that do not miss it. Your friend is the best person you can start a relationship with. Your friend is someone, however you might have understood friendship to be now. Friendship is actually more than the way we say friendship.
Yes.
Most of the time, what we call friendship is someone I gist with, someone I talk to, someone I play with, someone that does my...
There are a lot of acquaintances.
That's how we define.
So that's why we must be able to define friendship.
You must be able to define friendship.
There are a lot of acquaintances and few friends. The intimate ones with you are the friends. There are a lot of acquaintances you relate with. Oh, good morning, good morning. You cannot be co-worker in the office does not mean you are friends.
Good.
You are just co-workers.
Good.
You are good neighbors in the same environment does not mean you are friends. You are just good neighbors.
Good.
So you must be able to differentiate good neighborliness, the spirit of co-workership, and then acquaintances and friends.
Okay.
And it gets to the extent that you must be intelligent and mature enough to be able to reshuffle your friends.
Okay.
There's a time that a friend becomes too familiar and doesn't take you serious. You take him back, you remove him or her from the archive of friendship and take the person to acquaintance.
Okay.
Those who take you serious and mean with you what you do.
Okay.
And who can, work in agreement with you in your sphere of life and pursuits.
Okay.
And then those are persons you can trust, or somebody you have come to trust so far.
Okay.
You can always take as friend.
Okay, viewers, I want to believe some of you cannot even blink your eyes. You are so glued to this screen because one of the anchorers is myself. I'm already lost, but I'm trying to rephrase myself back. So I'll call my wife to ask her some questions so we'll know where we are. You put it here, sir, that because I'm trying to see how we can explain friendship better which you have mentioned a lot already. You put it here, it is written here that friends have common goals.
Yes.
Friends have mutual respect for each other.
Yeah.
Friends fondly think of each other in order to create concern
Yes.
for one another. I love this part. Friends fondly think of each other in order to create concern
Yes.
for one another. An Englishman will explain the word concern in so many ways. You have it here, sir, that friends share things and information in common. You have it here that friends commonly contribute ideas to improve themselves. Let me start with this. Friends commonly contribute ideas to improve themselves. If I'm to judge on this right up here, sir, I would say a friend is not selfish.
Definitely.
Friends commonly contribute idea to improve themselves, to improve each other. So
Yes.
you win, I win.
Yes.
Not I win, you don't win.
Yes.
So how can, just a little elaboration on this?
Okay.
Yeah.
You cannot call somebody your friend when the person is self-centered.
Okay.
When it is only me, I, and myself.
So something like this would have been seen in the relationship,
Definitely.
which you cannot shy away from.
Definitely.
You would
And
have
that's
noticed something like this already.
like this.
Okay.
Because there was a story I heard about a person. This young man then was doing business.
Okay.
And he was engaged to this young lady. And the young man will, after supply, will always want, sometimes before payment come, you need money to do another supply.
Okay.
And this young lady will not be obliged each time he needs assistance. So there was this pressing one. And he was always the one spending. So he was already watching it. And if I go into, they were already engaged. This was already a relationship.
Okay.
So he was already watching it. And if I enter marriage with this kind of woman, in case I'm stranded, how will his life be? And therefore that day came. And so he was in their need. And as he approached the lady's account had more than what he needed. But she refused. And thank God for God, her friend, the lady's friend, was there. While her friend, that's this fiance, was making this demand. When his fiancé turned him down, the lady obliged herself and advanced what he needed for that business to move on to him. Do you know what happened?
Yeah.
By the time he got done with the consignment, the business, he went home, took some bread, and then came back to his original fiancé and said, please, I don't think we can go forward from here.
Okay.
We can go forward from here. This I've been observing. I don't think it will be palatable for me and for both of us, because I wouldn't want to be married to somebody that two of us will be having disagreement later, because this is part of the progress that we should make as a couple.
If a young lady comes to you, because after the first episode, I got some personal questions on my DM, and some persons were asking some questions. In a very young relationship now, we're actually talking about friends now, friendship. In a very, very young relationship, when it comes to a point where a woman, or a lady rather, starts telling the supposed husband now that I cannot be in some places with you because you are not fluent enough.
Okay.
You are not audible, not even audible now. You are not
well educated.
You are not, thank you. You are not well educated. Why will you be embarrassing me in the presence of so many people? I am not comfortable with such acts, and things like that.
Yeah.
So now the lady knows this part of the guy. He knows that this man is not so educated, though very skillful. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So she always makes the friends to know that they give me open embarrassment and things like that. So the next question was like, should I still continue with something like this?
Now, first of all,
not be say go enter in DM tell am
yes, face to face
in the
and
presence of people there
publicly,
you know,
first
unapologetically, you know, they apologize.
First of all, is the lady that has problem.
Okay.
She has complex problem because well and good that somebody should be educated, but education, as much as it contributes to the well-being and the public life of a person, have you seen a lot of people that are educated but don't have good marriages?
There are many.
So is it education that built marriage? Or is the character the man possesses? Then two. Then that's why I said she has complex problems. That what is friendship? It's to contribute to each other.
Yeah.
Therefore, educate him, support him to become better and brighter. Friends improve on each other.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
They improve on each other. They give room to share concern.
It's not self-centered.
No self-centeredness. And therefore, your goal is that you want him to be educated. Fine. It's a matter of saying, okay, build his interest. Even if he didn't have interest before, possibly be able to know why did he not go far in education, possibly poor background. And then
the full gist of this scenario is that even the fiance now is someone that has every connect.
Okay.
You know, he's skillful.
Okay.
So he has all connects, all possible connects. So you know that one will be one of the things where the guys see the reason say make I day. I cannot eat your cake and
I watch a video
and have it.
I watch a video. This is a girl having good background.
Okay.
The father is a seasoned politician and one of the leaders in Nigeria.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to mention the father's position.
Okay.
And then told somebody, I want a blind date. And then good enough, this young man was selling pure water. Had good result, but couldn't further. An Easterner came to Lagos selling pure water. But at the end of the day, when they met, the guy was fidgeting, say, I don't fit into your class, so I don't fit into your class. But do you know that? And he was crying. He let the girl know that this clothes when I wear, so now this guy when he arranges blind date, now I bring us come on. I give me the clothes may I wear. But do you know this girl wiped his tears? He said, all I just need from you is genuineness. If you can be genuine, since you have your wife, is everything okay? Or you enroll for wife? Say everything is okay. Say fine. I'm going to connect you outside my father's wealth and position in the country. I have built my own.
Okay.
And therefore I'm going to connect you. So all I just need to be need you is to be truthful. And you know, the guy left that place happier. And I was so elated in my spirit. Alone as I watched the video, I was so excited. Because this is genuineness of a well-placed young girl. But having interest to raise the life and the standard of who she is going to enter marriage tomorrow with. All she asks for is the genuineness. And that's what I feel that every young person should look for.
Yeah.
How genuine is the male? How genuine is the female? Because what I hate or I don't like, let me not use that word hate, is that how can you be pretending? First of all, now, we are friends.
Okay.
And I know that tomorrow, every opportunity that you have will become mine. Why would I like to pretend to you? Why would I like to hide something? Because tomorrow when you know that I pretend, it will break your trust.
Okay.
And when trust is broken,
no friendship.
No more friendship.
Good.
And so, such a lady, if the man or the guy is genuine, then she could be the helper to ensure that She wants fluent,
outspoken person,
and she wants somebody she can show as a macho man. Then secretly develop your friend, and tomorrow you will enjoy the substance that you have as a husband.
I think we need to repeat that. You have to secretly develop your friend, and
Yes.
tomorrow you would enjoy the substance that you have. That's a very, very good one. Wow, 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 wow. You would talk about something here again before we wrap up this episode. Friends have common goals.
Yeah.
How do we explain this? How does this affect relationship? Common goals.
Now, what I try to teach there is that it's not as if you are a lecturer, your wife must automatically become a lecturer.
Okay.
So the point there is that your goal is to improve on each other. Let each other be a winner in your field of pursuit. So the common goal now is not only being one goal that two of you must pursue, but while you have interest in one another's pursuit, then there's individual specialty that two of you must have interest in. So
look at this scenario, sir. I have someone close to me,
okay,
one of my acquaintances, so
Okay.
to say. So this young man is always of the notion that, oh, it's difficult for me to have a spouse that is also in the same line of business
okay,
with me. When I'm doing my thing, she does
I think
her thing. How do we explain that? How can we bring about stability in such a situation? Okay, this is what I do.
okay.
My spouse, don't be involved in this thing I do. Like, do your thing, I do my thing. How do we explain
Such
that?
people may not go far.
Okay.
Why do I say that? She may not need to specialize in the field of the guy, the husband,
Okay.
but at least have an idea.
Okay.
Have an idea. Like when I got married, my wife was not a pastor.
Yeah.
In fact, she was a student in Uniport. So, but over time, as we speak, she's teaching in a school.
Okay.
But that doesn't stop her from building and tailoring herself in the pastoral line. And over time, she has come to become a pastor. Now, what do I mean? If you say, don't ever show your attention this way, for example, you are not able to wake up tomorrow and effectively pursue that business, who takes it up?
That one not true. That's very, very serious.
So in your individuality,
So that the
share
business
the
might die.
goals, be interested in one another. And so if you as a lecturer, you are going higher, then she as a businesswoman, she's going higher. And two of you are coming back in the spirit of win-win. And therefore, no one is failing. And therefore, you can have a common ground to gist. And by so doing, you don't need any official training to have business knowledge.
Obviously.
So while you're having interest in one another, our interest is rubbing off on you.
Yes, it
because
is.
the daily you discuss and you chat, you discover that one day you might pick up a little thing in business and you'll be able to carry on thriving so supernaturally and swiftly.
I'm winning.
You are winning in it.
Wow. Before we wrap up this episode, I think in the next episode there should be a glass of water here. So as we
Okay.
say these things, we drink some water.